Welcome to Duke's United show, and it's that time again. Man United friendly coming up. This versus our old rivals from back in the day when it used to be really tasty. Today is going to be a tasty one. I know it is, and I'm joined by my good friend Fitz. What's happening? What's happening, Fitz?
What's happening? You good?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. You know what it's like. It's good to get back to playing a game against each other where it really means a lot, the result versus friends who are supporters of the other club. So, yeah, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's going to be
historical.
Tight.
Historical rivalry, mate.
Yeah, and you got some good boys that you've added to your side from last season. You've done amazing, and you've really brought in some sick players. To be fair, like Declan Rice to add to the midfield, Timber at the back, who we wanted, and then you've got Kai Havertz, who's going to add, I guess, a bit more squad depth for when you rest a few other players. So, I don't know. How do you feel Arsenal have done this pre-season against the players? I think you played the All-Stars. How did that go on? Because I haven't seen it myself, but I heard it was a demolition.
Yeah, I haven't watched it at length, but I watched the extended highlights, and I was pretty happy with what I saw.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy with the signings. I would say the player I'm most excited about out of our new signings is Julian Timber. He looks like I think he's a baller.
So I'm upset, you know. United was after him last year, and then we went. We wanted him before we went for Martinez. So for you lot to get him now, it's just hurting because I know he was his first choice. So I know how good Martinez is. So Timber must be serious. He must be serious.
Well, you know, we've been through this pain so many times, Arsenal, watching everybody else buy up players, spend money, and we've been, scraping the pot, as it were. So, it's about time we got a few players that other people actually really desire for us,
It's been so many years.
It really has been years, man. We've just been doing bargain basement. Not so much the past couple of years, but even our record signing was a player that no one else would dream of spending such money on. Pepe. So, yeah, man, it's nice to be, back in the real big boy mix, signing proper players. Yeah, I'm happy.
So what do you think about this season, though? Because, obviously you got so close last year and you fell off. Do you think now you've added enough depth to be able to continue that, not struggle towards the end of the season? And because remember, it wasn't even about having to beat City to win the league. You actually could afford to have lost that game and still won the league, and that's what really made me
say what you really want to say. You don't have to be politically correct with me, all right? You can just say what you want to say. We bottled it. Yeah. Listen, man. I personally think Declan Rice brings spirit, competitiveness to more competitiveness and more leadership to the team. Personally, I think we're missing a striker, an out and out striker. That's my view, but Arteta's done so well. It's hard to not trust his process.
Yeah. So what about that boy then? He was away on loan last year,
Balogun,
and he's banging goals, and then he's not getting a look in, and he looks like you want to sell him. So
I mean, for me, it's like, man, the boy's quality. You can see from what I see. The eye test tells me he can play.
Yeah.
I would rather give him. I would rather let him play. Give him a run like you've given
Nketiah. Yeah.
And if we're not going to give him game time, sell him with a buyback clause. Use the money and get a striker that you want to play. But I don't see the point in it. Just feels like Saliba again. I just think we've got so much quality sitting there, and we're not getting the correct chance.
Yeah. To be fair, especially when you don't even have enough numbers in that position, doesn't make sense to not put a player who went out on loan and killed it last year, and then now you're going to struggle. Yeah, so it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me.
You got how many goals did he score last season in? Was it Nice, right?
I think that was it. Yeah, he's second top scorer, wasn't he? After
second
Mbappe.
Top scorer, right?
Wow.
After Mbappe, in a team that is not a championship winning team.
Wow.
Surely that tells you the boy is quality. Give him a shot. He only signed a new 3-year deal last summer.
Yeah, that's mad. But anyway, that's you guys trying to get your next players in. But right now, what you've got at the moment, you're going to come up against Man United. United, so far, we started pre-season. We haven't played the majority of our players because they were on international duty late on. But now they're coming in. I think this will be the game where Ten Hag is going to want to play pretty much his first 11. He doesn't want to mess about playing against Arsenal and that chance of getting totally whooped, you know, because you lot now are something to be reckoned with now. So we got to really do our job playing our best players. I'm quite confident though. I'm still quite confident because I think we've got a side that can beat any team on any given day. Like, and we've improved our side as well with Mount coming in. He's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer and assist maker. And if we don't want to look, yes, exactly. He's got legs, and that's where I feel he's going to help us. And then you got Onana, who makes us play at the back. So I can't wait to see Onana. That's one of the players, and I can't wait to see Ahmad playing with the first team as well. So it's exciting times for both teams, man. But what do you think about our signings anyway? And while I'm getting my charger, what do you think?
Mason Mount, for me, underrated signing. When I first heard that you're gone in for him, I thought that's not Man United level business. But now I've really thought about it and it's had time to marinate. I'm sitting here saying, hold on, he's as young as Declan Rice. His stats are crazy. Like, I didn't realize his stats were so good. He brings what I feel Man United were missing, which is legs in the midfield. Yeah. He scores goals, and again, he's another personality in the dressing room for United. I think he's going to be a brilliant signing personally. And 55, 60 million, was it?
I think that's good money, to be fair. When you look at it now, where the prices players go for, I was saying I was on Paddock the other day doing a watch along for the last preseason game, and I was saying, look, I remember the player from Everton who went for 50 mil. At the times, I was like, how is he going for? It was Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson went for 50 mil to Everton. Yeah. So if you're looking at that, then that's a good price for Mount in the end, isn't it? Really. So.
And remember, that's including the English premium.
Yeah.
English players come at a premium. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You get Mason Mount for 60 million, or you get Harry Maguire for 80 million. I just think it's underrated business. I think it's Ten Hag. I like him. I think he's a quality manager. He gets his shop together. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Put it this way, you've got one direction. You know what you're doing under Ten Hag.
Yeah. And another thing, he doesn't get caught up in the media nonsense either. What he does is he says the politically correct thing, while behind the scenes, you know he's going about doing his business. If he don't want you, he's gonna speak in front of the cameras. I'm happy. He's all good, and just leave it to them to think something. And then behind the scenes, like, listen, I don't want you here. So
yeah. He comes across to me as the sort of manager that says basically, I don't want you, but if you want to be here, prove it to me. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. I think he's definitely the right man for me anyway. He's the right man for me.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah. But
Mason Mount, quality signing. Onana, I mean, I've been speaking. I'm in a couple of other like WhatsApp groups talking about football, and one of my main Man United friends, I won't mention his name, but he's not happy with it. He's like, nah, he don't know about him, and I'm saying, bro, like, football has changed. You need to have feet. You can't. De Gea will only take you to a certain level, in my opinion. Now he's done. His best days are behind him.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant shot stopper. Yeah. But the days of just having that as a goalkeeper are over. You need more.
Yeah.
And I think Onana is just exactly what you needed.
He's an extra man on the pitch now, whereas before it was give the ball to De Gea, he's in trouble. Just pressure him. As soon as he gets the ball, pressure him. He'll give you the ball back.
Yeah.
And that's like lower level.
Goes to De Gea.
Yeah.
If the ball goes to De Gea, you could almost see the players salivating. Like, oh yeah, let's get close to him. Let's get close to him. He's gonna give it to us. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like it.
And that's Man United, man. So to be fair, I don't see anyone with better feet than him. Like, I don't see anyone in world football with better feet than him. Yeah. Like, they might have other stuff, but I didn't even realize when I first saw him, that was a final.
Yeah.
And he played a left-footed ball, and I was like, oh, he's left-footed, is he? Okay. And I was like, wait a minute, he's right. Wait a minute, he just did a drill with his left foot to the player perfectly. Like he touched it onto his left and drilled it to the guy. I'm like,
what? He's doing things that you'd be proud of a sweeper.
Yeah, any player in the world playing like that left foot and right foot. It's ridiculous. I'm like, okay, you're a proper player. So I like that. I've obviously seen some of the mistakes he's done and some of the weak goals he's conceded. But if that's not the norm and it happens every now and again, which every keeper has, I'm happy. And I know Ten Hag ain't going to get in a keeper who can't save normal shots. So for me, as long as you're saving normal shots and then doing that with your feet, I'm happy. Because currently you can say the best keeper with his feet is this man. So you might not say he's the best keeper in the world yet, but if he starts doing some crazy saves and then he's got them feet, man, that means it's over. He will be in there as number one. Prince Ahmed of ZA says Man United wasn't in Arsenal's league last season. Now they're even stronger. Yeah, but Arsenal have also done the same. So this is for me. It's a bit of a tough one. I put us in a similar bracket, but I think you lot are just above this last year and this year. You're still just above with the way you're playing and the fluidity of your football. That's what you've got over us at the moment. We don't have that yet, and we don't have the end product as much. Yeah,
but I think you're just like a season behind us in your development. So I think just a couple of seasons ago, people were saying similar things about Arsenal. People that understand Arteta and what he's doing behind the scenes, and you can see what direction we're playing. We understood what was happening, but a lot of people didn't, and they're like, he's no good, he's too young, he's not experienced enough. And now you got people talking about he's one of the best coaches in the world. Fans can be so fickle, man. You know, let Ten Hag work. Give him a bit of time.
You know what's weird to ask? You know what's weird, Fitz? People are saying like he's got everything he needs now. He spent everything. You lot better win something now, or let's get rid of it. It's like a chat of you've got your season. You better go and do something. I'm like, it doesn't always work like that. There's only one team that can win it. Yeah. So if let's say, for example, they're pipped by City and let's say they got to the FA Cup final and the league they were second and they were just behind them, that's the best you can hope for. Because you're up against City and you can't get sacked, even if you've bought everything you need and you're up against the City. It's not no joke. So I think they're a bit silly going overboard with that. But at the same time, you do want to start winning something because there's other cups there. There's other tournaments to go and win, isn't there?
I think if Arsenal were in ninth place, you know, floating around ninth place, losing week in, week out, then we can say this is unacceptable. He's got to go. Yeah. But it's not that. You're going in the right direction. Just so happens you're up against one of the strongest squads ever. Yeah.
There's not much you can do there.
Whether you know, even though it's sort of, I'm not a hater, but I just don't like this whole model of, you know, loads of money from sheikhs. We just buy the best of everything and just win everything every year, and people think it's great. No. Look,
Arsenal have done it the right way, you know. I gotta say, you know, this is a mad one because it's Man United versus Arsenal, and we're saying all good things. That's fine, but you got to recognize when it's done right. And I think he's come in and he's had to buy certain players to get you to a certain level, then bring in certain players and improve certain players to get you to this level. Now you're putting the icing on the top with the money you've made from having the success of being in second position, because you get a much more money from your kitty for every season. So I think that's been done. And I also think United did it the right way because we didn't just buy everyone. We won, then bought everyone because of our success. City is
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
City's
just won
like
everything.
United in the 90s when they were the dominant side and we were the only team really challenging United. That was done organically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
United, they learned how to tap into their commercial, you know, their commercial value years before everybody else. And they were winning without, you know, big benefactors from outside just bringing money in. So you can't knock them for that. So when people come with that argument, like, remember when United could buy everyone and could pay everyone the highest wages? I'm saying, it's frustrating because you want to win, but they did it the right way, though. Yeah.
But listen, onto the game itself, because like I said, Ten Hag want to win it. Your boy is gonna want to win it, and you've already coming off winning a couple of games, so you're a bit ahead of us in terms of preseason friendlies.
Yes.
We ain't yet to play with our team properly. So what do you think is going to happen today in the game? Obviously, who do you think is going to play, and how do you think the game's going to go?
I can't see anything less than both of us putting out our strongest teams.
Yeah.
And I think that we're ahead of you in our preseason preparations. I think we've got our signings in early. I think everything seems a lot more settled than usual. But it's United Arsenal. I can't confidently say, I think we're just going to win. Yeah. It's United. United always turn up for Arsenal, and we always turn up for you. So, yeah, I think we're going to win. But it's not like, I think we're just going to wipe the floor with you. I think we're going to win because I think we're just a bit ahead of you in our preparation.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Because normally I just go straight, we're going to win or whatever. But you're right. I'm looking at it going, right, I've seen our last 2 games, and we struggled to... The one thing I know about our side is we our end product ain't like your end product. You guys put you guys are reminiscent of City nowadays. Like the way you put balls in, like Saka gets down the line and then cuts in and puts them nice balls in for them headers, even for headers and stuff. You lot started doing that stuff, but you're not even used to doing that. Remember under Wenger, you never crossed the ball ever. So knowing what you lot are about with that side of it, and knowing that we've got players who threaten to look very, very good, like, for example, the likes of Anthony, his end product ain't quite there. So for me, when I'm looking at, is he going to be able to do something? Are we going to be able to? I think we'll defend well. I think we'll be able to.
He score against us last season.
Yeah, he did. That was his debut goal. Proper finish. So, but I want to see who he starts with. Does Rashford start on the left and Anthony on the right? Does he put Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno in the hole, and then who's up front?
Pause.
Because we don't have another striker yet. Rashford probably plays up front. Is it Garnacho? Is it Anthony on the left? Ahmad on the right? I want to see that team. Ahmad on the right, Anthony left, and Rashford up front with Bruno in the hole, Mount and Casemiro, and then you see Shaw in there, Martinez, Varane, and you've got Wan-Bissaka. I think that's our strongest 11. And Onana. But I don't know if he's available yet. But, yeah.
Is Partey in the state? Is he out there?
I'm not sure, But
I know, he didn't travel, but they said he's going to travel.
Yeah, this is the mad thing about Arsenal, yeah? I was listening to a podcast earlier, and this guy goes, yeah, but who's Arsenal's first 11, though? Like, he goes, think about it. You got Ben White right back, or you put Timber in, so it doesn't matter. He goes, and then you've got Gabriel and obviously big man at the back, Saliba. But then Timber can also play in centre back, and then you've got left back. You've got Zinchenko or what's his name, Tierney. So they're both just as strong as each other. You got Partey and Rice sitting in there. You got Havertz or Odegaard. It's like, wow. Like,
I'm saying it now. I'm just going to put this out there. Because I feel everyone's beating around the bush.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody else but Partey, Rice, and Odegaard in our midfield. That's the midfield that I want to start. Yeah. Anybody else has to work their way in.
Steve K, the big man, talks. So, when he talks, it's real. So, yeah.
That's one
Steve knows.
Yeah. For me, he must start. Yeah. I still believe as a sitting defensive midfielder, I think he's the best in the Premier League. Yeah. Okay. Do I think that your boy is a superior player? Of course he is. But just sitting there and doing that job and letting the rest of the midfield run amok, I think that Partey is the best. His problem has been fitness, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah,
as long as he can just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Partey.
I think Partey's got more legs. He's got more legs because he's younger as well, and he's got more mobility now. But I think I don't know, because for me, I think Casemiro, obviously what he has to do for United is a lot more than what Partey would have to do for Arsenal. And that's because all the other boys are killing it. Yeah. So that's
more in his locker. He's what you call it. For me, he's higher quality than Partey.
Yeah,
He can play. He's a baller. He's been there, done it. He knows the midfield. But just as a sitting midfielder, to let everybody else
do their thing. Yeah, I get you. I've no issue with that. I've no issue with that. To be fair, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because obviously last season there was always this discussion of like, the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League, and I don't think Casemiro and Partey are the same. Yeah, they do two different things. Casemiro offers more. I think Partey
but what they do for their current clubs in their positions is different things. But they're both very good at what
even
they
though
do.
they both play defensive midfield. I know some people are going to give me stick and say, they're both it, but I know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that. Like, I think one is better at sitting there and being disciplined and letting everybody else, and he helps our defense so much as well.
This is where I'm going to even say something a little bit controversial here as well. The way you lot use Martinelli off the left, he's so like dangerous. But then Rashford, if you're looking at a left-sided player who's going to run you, I'm putting Martinelli there. But if you're looking at a left-sided player who's going to get you goals for fun, I'm putting Rashford there. So then, based on the two teams, if you're in Arsenal, you're putting Martinelli. But if you're in Man United, you're putting Rashford. And even though I've got Rashford as better, but overall, when you look at it, it depends what team you're playing in, what system you're playing in, who you would want to play in that side. So
it's about systems.
It's a very tough one when Steve comes out and says, "I'll put Martinelli there. I'll put Saka there. I'll put this person there ahead of all these players." Yeah, that's because it's in your system. That's fine. Makes sense.
You
have to kind of take systems out sometimes when you're talking about a combined 11. It's hard. That's when it becomes very hard. So actually, let's ask you about a combined 11 here then. Who's going in? I'm going to go with Onana in goal. Do you agree with me or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Left back.
I think Onana's great. Yeah. You're going Zinchenko.
It's Zinchenko on the ball, Shaw off the ball. So it's a tough one. They're both. Shaw's got more. I think Shaw's got more defensive, but he's just a little bit less going forward. So if you looked at both of them and added them together, Shaw would probably pip him. If that's based on what I'm thinking.
Listen, I love Zinchenko. I like his spirit. He's a baller, footballer. He can play. Yeah, I'm having Kieran Tierney over him all day long.
Injury,
not
a massive injuries, isn't it? Yeah.
He's been injured, but he's been fit for a while now. Fit for a while now, and towards the end of last season, you can see Zinchenko getting exposed defensively. For me, he's just not my kind of fullback, and I don't like all this inverted. I don't like all this inverted fullback business. Sometimes bread and butter, man.
But this is it. When you're winning, he looks tremendous. But I've always looked at him as a weak link. Like, we can get at him when we're on the ball. I want to be able to get at him. But it's not often, because Arsenal are so good in possession. It's not often you can get at him, and that's the problem. So that's the hard bit. It's like, when are we really going to test him? We're not.
When we used to play football back in the day, if he was at fullback, we would have targeted him.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have just put Jason Rock on there. Run him. So that's my opinion. I like him as a player, but I just think as a fullback, he's flawed.
Yeah. Okay, so Tierney, I like Tierney, to be fair. It's just that he's injured a bit too much, but hopefully we'll see more of him this year. Steve says Thomas Partey form dropped off too much towards the end of the last season. He needs to be more consistent. That's exactly.
Right. Can I give you my theory on that?
Go on.
Right. Did you not feel that the form happened when Saliba
got injured?
The form dropped off after then. And I honestly believe, Arsenal, when we lost Saliba, we became so nervous because of Rob Holding. Yeah. Even Partey, Partey just didn't. He was so busy being scared about Stuart Holding that the guy he wouldn't express himself anymore. He wasn't playing. His form just dropped off. And so many players around that part of the field, their form dropped off. And I honestly believe, because Stuart Holding is a 5 or 6 out of 10 player, he just made us nervous. That's my opinion.
It's giving me Maguire vibes there. It sounds a bit like the feeling that I feel when Maguire's in there, like, we can't really have him in there. And then it kills the rest of the players. That's what I was saying before. People don't realize, like, certain players only can do as well as their players around them allowed them to do. So you're right. You might be right there.
I know what it's like.
So same kind of problem with him.
I know what it's. Yeah. I know what it's like to play with like a liability.
Yeah. Steve got some more to say. Zinchenko better footballer, Tierney better defender. Arteta will always play Zinchenko because he can play the inverted fullback role. Tierney can't do that, but I also love Tierney. Yeah,
I agree.
So what? Wait,
but yeah, I'm still going with Tierney.
All right. What score are you going with today, by the way?
2-1. It's not going to be no big dropping. No one ain't going to drop no one.
Yeah, because it's only going to be a first half of something, and maybe 60 minutes of a game where it's really competitive, and then you're going to see a full change of players anyway. So for me, it's a tough one because I don't know how the boys are, how sharp they are. And like you said, you guys have already had some games. If you come out playing the way you play, it could be a defense versus attack thing, and maybe we just like keep defending and then maybe concede just the one. I'm hoping we can get a win, but something tells me the best I can hope for today is a draw. I think we'll be defending a bit too much. You guys might get a goal, and then second half we might get a goal back when everything changes. So that's what I have a little feeling of that might happen just based on the fitness levels and the sharpness levels of both teams. So that's where I'm thinking at the moment. It could be a tough one. It'll be a tough one for us. Unless someone comes out of nowhere and does something great going forward, like something out of the blue. But I don't think it will be nice. I don't know. I just got that feeling that it's going to be real tight and we're going to be more defending than anything. But you never know. But look, it's going to be nice. 10 o'clock, America. I'm going to be on the, what you call it? Actually, you know what you were saying about Mount? You mentioned something about Mount earlier, about Mount and Greeley. What were you saying?
Right.
I said for you to stop because I want you to say it live. Tell me what you're going to say.
Right. Down the stretch, down the years, I've always had Grealish ahead of Mount. I think Grealish is a brilliant footballer from Aston Villa.
Yeah.
The eye test. I know what I'm looking at. I'm like, he's a baller. If he goes to a better team, he's going to flourish. He's going to be even better. However, Mason Mount, his stats are crazy. I didn't realize his stats were so good. He's got assists. He's got goals. He's giving me Frank Lampard vibes.
Yeah.
But Frank Lampard got the accolades. Mount isn't getting the accolades.
So, that's what I always thought of Lampard, I always thought he's like a normal midfielder that bangs you 20 plus goals a season. Like, if you looked at him as his all-round just midfielder game, let's see, if you took the goals out, you might see him fighting for his position. But because he gets you 20 plus goals a season, you need him in there. Like, you're going to always play him no matter what. And it feels like that with Mount. Like, I don't see anything amazing, but then he's got assists and goals all the time. Like, it's mad.
Yeah, what's amazing?
Like, like the
if you've got assists
around the corners and stuff, and I don't know what it is, but it's like he's a no frills. It's a no frills midfielder. Like, like Harry Kane. Like, we look at Harry Kane and we go, you're no frills. You don't get on the ball and skills anyone up. You don't do anything mad out of the blue. You just get the ball and you just score. And same with him. It's like just simple pass. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Does what it says on the tin. Like, what's that place that we used to go? What's the shop called?
Kippers. Quick save.
That's the one. Quick save.
No frills.
No frills.
Yeah. Back to the old kippers and dumplings days, boys. Crazy.
Little inside joke there.
We used to eat kippers and dumplings.
We used
to make. Oh man, crazy.
Oh,
but, yeah. No, I think good signing, Mason Mount. I think good signing. And at the end of the day, what we're taking for granted, i.e., the basics, fundamentals. Yeah. This is what matters. You've got to have if someone has got the fundamentals, how are we knocking it?
Yeah, it's true. I've even felt the same though, because when he played for England, I was like, why the hell are we playing this guy? Because I was thinking of him as a number 10, in the hole. ahead of playing the Foden or a Grealish. I'm like, what's going on? What is the manager playing him for? But I think he was doing it. I think he was doing it because Maguire's playing there, and you need even more defensive-minded players and more legs to think defensively than the attacking, and that's why he played. He didn't think, oh, Foden, he's better than Foden. For example, he's definitely not better than Foden for sure. And I think Grealish is a better attacking player, but he has much less output. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So but then if you put him in the 8, which is the position which Phillips was, that's when I'm saying, okay, that makes sense. Because you don't have to take Bruno out to put him in and then go, what the hell are we buying him for? You're just putting him in the Eriksen position where nobody even cared whether he scored or didn't score. It's like, he's just played really well. But imagine you now get goals and he's just played standard football. Fundamentals, like you said. We're going to be flying.
Fundamentals, they matter. At the end of the day, when you're coaching kids, what are you trying to coach them to do?
Yeah, fundamentals, right? Yeah,
the fundamentals. You're not telling Messi, run through. Go and take on the whole team. You're trying to teach them. Look, be tidy, be neat. First touch, basics. I'm reading Steve K here now. Yeah, no, I agree. Grealish and Mount are two totally different players, and I prefer Grealish. I always have, but I'm just pointing out the fact that like the end result is what matters, and Mount's is high.
Yeah, and this was what the chat last year about Grealish versus Rashford. I'm like, Rashford got you 30 goals, Grealish got you like 5 or something like that. Yeah. And everyone's going on like Grealish was better than Rashford. I'm like, how? How did you do that?
Because he got because he got the treble.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
Rashford, he was saving us. We had no one to score but Rashford. Amount of games he scored game in, game out. And then he's got 30 goals for the whole season. And to still be behind Grealish, that's mad. Like, so far off, though. Like, he's nowhere near him in numbers.
Put Grealish in that Man United side and tell me he gets 30 goals.
No chance.
And I'm telling you now, he won't. And
he
another
doesn't
thing
create
about
it either. Yeah.
Another thing about Grealish is I do like him. I challenge anybody to tell me different. Yeah. He's got long hair syndrome. Those players with long hair, they look more exciting and more electric. Grealish should be running at you and he's doing all that. His hair is flowing and we think, oh, he's doing a lot, and it's like he's not. His hair's just long. That's my opinion. I've been noticing players with long hair, they look electric.
Okay, here's the question, Steve. Then, what role does Grealish have for City? What's his job to do as a winger, as a forward in them positions? What's his job? To just keep the ball moving and that's it? Or is it to create chances or score goals? Which one is it? Henry's having a little laugh as well. Then just tell me what's the role for these players? Grealish isn't in City side to score. What's he in the City side to do?
Where are we going with this?
I thought he was in the side to create chances and score. One or the two. That's what attacking players do. So if I don't know what you do when you look at two strikers, you're gonna look at them for their goals and their assists, and you look at a wide player, it's goals and assists. You look at another wide player, goals and assists. I can't see what else you're gonna look for. You don't want a player who just works hard or what just keeps the ball. We can do that. Anthony can get the ball and just keep it, but the question is you need to have stats to go along with it. So give me what you're saying. I'd like to know what you're meaning. What is his effect on the team better? Or in what way is his effect on the team better?
In my humble opinion, right? And I'm a Grealish fan, by the way. I always have been.
I like Grealish as well.
In my humble opinion, what more is Grealish bringing to that Man City side that Raheem Sterling didn't?
Sterling gave more to the team, didn't he? He scored 25 plus goals a season. So they are called Haaland to do that. Man United only have. So what are you saying? Like, if Grealish gets a chance, he goes, "I'm not going to score that because Haaland scored.
I'm going to give it to Rashford."
No, you score. Like, you get chances and you will score.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, because a player scores 50 goals. It doesn't mean much. You still got people getting chances and scoring goals. I don't get that one, because you should have two players scoring goals. If Haaland gets 50,
you want as many players possible scoring goals.
Yeah, and that's what I'm pointing. It's like he's going on, like, basically because he's scoring that. it takes away from us. It's not like you're just passing the ball to Rashford. Anthony had multiple chances to score last season, multiple chances. So did all the other players. They just didn't put it away. Same with Grealish. He's in a position to make an assist.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make the assist, that's his problem. And it is also, he's been in positions to score goals, but hasn't. So you can't say he's not getting the chances because he's told to do something else. He's actually just doesn't score that many goals or make assists. He's a good player. I like him. And he does do well for the side. He does bring the flow of the team, keeping the ball. But really, you can't really say, like I said, you can't just say that because Haaland's got lots of goals. He hasn't. Come on, I know it's Pep ball, but you still need to be threatening and get goals, assists. Keeping the ball isn't enough to warrant loads of praise. Henry Gilchrist, love that. It's so true.
Agreed.
It is so true. It's so true.
Agreed. Yeah.
He's a good player.
The name of the game is football, to score goals. We're not here to keep the ball.
Of course, he's in the team that won the treble, but look how good Mahrez was. He scored 20. He was top scorer the season before. And that's what I'm saying. He banged up the place. He done really well. So is Grealish
Steve, it's not an attack on Grealish. It's not an attack on Grealish. I rate Grealish. I really like him. I'm just saying that if he wasn't 100 million, would they have got rid of Sterling and kept him in the team? For me, I don't think he's done anything more than Sterling did. In fact, I think Sterling gave more because he gave more goals. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I think he's very good press resistant. He keeps the ball very well under pressure, keeps the ball moving and getting it round to other players. But that's not what you're saying. That doesn't warrant you to say that you're better than a 30-goal a season man. Because like you say, if you do that for Villa, like he was doing before, let's say he done that for Villa and they didn't win nothing, you're not going to say Grealish is better than Rashford. It's just because City went and won stuff because other players started doing stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah, but all right.
Steve, come on.
Come on. You're attacking player. You're attacking player. Like every attacking player's in the side to score and assist.
They are there to score goals. Yeah. I agree. It's not their primary, you must score goals. That's what we brought you here for. But you want all your attacking players to chip in with goals.
It is what it is anyway. But look, it's been amazing. It's been good. It's been fun. Every time we're playing Arsenal, I want to hear from you, Fitz, and especially after this as well. We're going to have a little chat after this. I'm on the Stretford Paddock live watch along for all the preseason friendlies, actually. So I'll be doing a little bit of a delayed reaction because the game's at 10, finish at 12, home by about 1. So I ain't doing one at 1 a.m., that's for sure. So I might be doing one on the Monday at some point. I'll get your reaction and see what happens and see how you feel we played. So why did play him on? Because he likes
him.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's better than someone else. That's my point. Yeah, he likes him. He's good in his team. Yeah.
It proved right because at the end of the day, they won the treble. So kudos. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
If he weren't 100 million, I don't think they would have just got rid of Sterling like that.
Yeah. It's just one of them things, Steve. Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
We'll
agree to disagree.
Look, I like Grealish. You like Grealish. We're saying he's a very, very good player. But the point of my mind is who had a better season? Rashford with 30 goals, or did Grealish with his whatever goals and assists beat Rashford?
It's Rashford. So. It's Rashford.
Rashford had a better season, even though City won the league or whatever. You don't win the league and just automatically because you've won the league, you're the better player. That's not fair.
Yeah, look, come on. If United were winning the treble, you'll be saying Rashford. Yeah, it's just because they won the treble. Now everyone's acting like Grealish is better than Rashford. Rashford's been doing this for years. And how old is he?
24.
Let's talk about his goals. Listen, man, I'm not going to go into it. Rashford is top drawer in my opinion. When I heard his contract was up, I wanted us to go through. I like Rashford. I think he's quality.
Yeah, he's a baller. So I'm going 1-1. You're going 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah?
2-1 Arsenal. Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Thanks a lot for joining me. Everybody who come on the comments, lovely to see you guys. Obviously, new season, new things. We're thinking of a few different things as well. We're going to have a few podcasts about not just football either. It probably won't be on this channel, obviously, but we will have one made up.
If you're into your boxing, keep your eyes peeled. Yeah? We're here.
Right, it's good to see you, man. And look forward to speaking to you after the game.
Cool. All right, later.